station. This is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Alright. Sit on the floor. I'm not gonna sit on the floor. Let's get it.
Battle
Oh,
Royale.
let's get it news. You see me wipe my, rub my face and stuff. I'm tired of seeing it.
Be advised,
Let's
gas
get it.
is closing in. Retreat to the safe zone.
So yeah, we're gonna play some random. I'll probably play some random. Probably back for a couple of games for this. Okay. Let's see this spot. Okay.
Targets are up. Go take them down.
Reloading.
Happy.
Switching mags. I'm hit. Under fire. Arch incoming.
I mean, I got a couple of that.
Your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
That's your answer. Tells you that. In case he hesitates to kill him. Take a turn shoot him. Who's gonna get shot first?
Let's have ourselves a fight. Be ready. You're next. Earn redeployment or die trying.
Taking fire.
Defeat. Shake it off. Push it. You gave it a solid try. Time to head back to base.
Two views on Undisputed, because I've been playing it lately. Nah. I definitely have been playing that game like crazy. And I finally fixed my Tyson. So people who basically sit and watch me create fighters, I finally fixed my Tyson. It took me a minute to fix him pretty much. I would create Anthony Joshua, but I hate the customization on Anthony Joshua, like the facial hair, the mustache and shit sucks. So I won't be creating him no time soon. I probably create Bernard Hopkins, because that's the first one I see in the damn game, pretty much. I'll probably create him.
From is one of the survival horror shows everyone's been talking about since its 2022 debut on MGM+. Created by John Griffin, it features a combination of supernatural horror and human drama. Let me walk you down memory lane with comprehensive recaps starting with the premiere season. Season 1, the Matthews family, parents Jim and Tabitha, teenage daughter Julie, and young son Ethan, are on a cross-country RV trip when they encounter a fallen tree blocking the road. This forces them to detour into what appears to be a small town. Sheriff Boyd Stevens instructs them to follow the tree road through town, but no matter which direction they drive, they keep looping back to the same location. They crash into another car carrying passengers Toby and Jade, flipping their RV and seriously injuring Ethan. With nightfall approaching, townspeople rush to help. They bring Toby and Jade to town while Boyd and Dr. Christie stay with Jim and injured Ethan in the overturned RV. Deputy Kenny's car hits a
Check
spike
weapons
strip,
and
forcing
gear.
Kenny,
We're holding for
Tabitha,
deployment.
Julie, Father Kotri, Jade, and Boyd's estranged son Ellis to run for Colony House. Kenny's crew barely makes it to Colony House. Leader Donna lets them inside the children's home. Nightfall's creatures swiftly
Enemy behind you. Sky.
shape-shifting creatures. Everyone arrived the same way, trapped by the fallen tree detour. Victor, a mysterious man who survived since childhood, holds the survival record. Boyd discovered protective talismans that create barriers when placed inside buildings. At the clinic, Sarah hears voices commanding her to kill Toby and open the door. She murders
Prep
Toby and
time's
lets
over.
monsters
Now you deploy to the
slaughter
war
everyone,
zone.
including Kenny's father. Morning comes, and Ethan spots a mysterious boy in white through Colony House's window. During choosing day, where newcomers pick residences, Father Kotri explains the town's only punishment: bombs, where offenders get locked outside overnight with monsters. Frank faced into this fate after his negligence killing his family. He chooses Colony House. Victor shows Ethan a faraway tree, objects thrown inside teleprogram. The voices command Sarah to
Battle Royale.
everyone's free. When Nathan discovers his sister's monster connection and tries to stop her, Sarah accidentally slashes his throat.
We've got gas closing in fast. Timing to the safe
Early
zone.
signs of Parkinson's disease and plans a dangerous forest expedition. Father Kotri theorizes they're being tested by God. They're suffering, creating a 70-year-old mentioning a bag constantly buried in the earth. Jade Kenny's mother goes to the Colony House president Kevin develops a relationship with monsters. During Fatima's anniversary celebration, Kevin opens a window for his monster, Ren. The creature kills him, then leaves the window open. Monsters swarm inside, killing many inhabitants. Ellis and Fatima survive by barricading themselves with a talisman. Victor leads Julie into the woods,
Hunt down the enemy.
sending her through a faraway tree to a root cellar. A monster kills Father Kotri as survivors reach the sheriff's station. Flashbacks reveal Boyd's arrival with his wife Abby and son Ellis. Boyd discovered the protective talismans during an overnight forest experience. When Abby's mental health declined and she opened fire on townspeople, Boyd was forced to kill her to save Ellis's life. Boyd and Sarah ventured deep into the woods, finding a tree with bottles containing paper scraps dated back to 1860. An unknown female voice warns Boyd that worse things than monsters lurk in the forest. Using his dead wife's pet name for something attractive, Jim builds a radio tower and makes contact with someone who knows his name and warns that Tabitha shouldn't be digging. Tabitha's basement excavation collapses, trapping her underground where Victor reveals monsters sleep. Boyd and Sarah discover the mysterious light comes from a lighthouse. Boy and White instructs Sarah to push Boyd into a shaft. Season 1 ends with a bus arriving, bringing fresh victims to this nightmare town. Season 2. A bus arrives carrying over a dozen new residents, including Randall, Marielle,
Loading new mag.
tries to leave. Donna shoots out a tire, causing some passengers to flee. Jade explains symbol importance to Ethan while Jim, Tom, and 2 passengers attempt rescuing Tabitha from the collapsed basement, but the house caves in, trapping them. Victor and Tabitha explore the escape when creatures wake up. The jump find Chapman and help an unseen stranger. Back in an emaciated man named Martin chained to a dungeon wall. Boyd refuses to kill Martin and tries freeing him instead. Martin warns that forest creatures are only a sphere. A music box starts playing on its own. Martin suddenly grabs Boyd's arm and trains Boyd finds himself back in the forest. Meanwhile, Christy tries reconnecting with her girlfriend,
That was close.
Marielle, one of the bus passengers. At night, creatures hunt down anyone outside. Donna forces most bus passengers to shelter at the diner while monsters kill Tom, trapped under the collapsed house as Jim watches helplessly. Boyd emerges from the forest and reunites with Victor and Tabitha in an old trailer. Ellis confronts Boyd about losing Sarah during his forest expedition. The new passengers are taken to Colony House. Kenny and Ellis discover Kelly, one of the passengers, staked to a tree with a rod from their traps. Christy examines Kelly and tells her she won't survive. Tabitha sees strange children while preparing to move with the Liu family. Ethan works on a sculpture puzzle resembling the
Reloading.
stone pile Tabitha saw collapse in the tunnels. Kenny discovers Sarah hiding in the church basement. In flashback, we see the Liu family's arrival. Kenny takes Boyd to Sarah at the church, where Boyd explains Sarah's unique connection to the town. Julie and Ethan visit Colony House, where Julie sees Elgin staring into the distance. Christy and Boyd discuss his progressing Parkinson's disease and recent forest injuries.
Positive ID on the bounty charge. Hunt them down.
They're being watched. Sarah
Gas
tells
is
Kenny
inbound.
about opening the clinic door, leading Kenny to confront Boyd and quit as deputy. Randall spends his first night in the bus. Jade hallucinates Christopher holding a bleeding symbols. Jim and Tabitha confront Boyd.
Switching mag.
Family discussions about Sarah. Victor shows Jade the card graveyard and tells him about Christopher, another resident obsessed with symbols before disappearing. Tabitha is confronted by chanting children. Food shortages worsen as Dale argues bus passengers shouldn't receive equal rations. During one heated argument, Dale stabs Ellis. Elgin drives Ellis to the clinic with Fatima at night. Boyd makes a desperate sacrifice, venturing out deliberately to expose himself to monsters. The creatures bite him, allowing Boyd to transfer his parasitic worms into the smiley creature, killing it instantly. Boyd's infected blood saves Ellis through emergency transfusion. Fatima asks Christy for a pregnancy test. Kenny admits they should have believed Boyd about his forest journey. Christy performs an autopsy on the dead monster, discovering its body contains only dried bile with no normal organs. They extract the strange bile for study. Jim theorizes they're trapped in an elaborate experiment, suggesting certain residents might be planted actors. Randall becomes unstable, tying Donna to a tree to test Jim's theories. Elgin tries remembering it.
Loading new mag.
He hears the music.
All bounty targets are KIA. Well done.
The Bono-wearing woman. Kenny dreams about a ringing phone. The voice chants, "They touch, they break, they steal. No one here is free." Followed by cicada-like creatures emerging from a cooking pot. Boyd and Kenny discover the cicadas killed Reggie's wife in her sleep while she repeated the same phrase. He organizes residents to stay awake, knowing cicadas attack during sleep. The haunting ballerina music box starts playing over the radio, putting Julie, Marielle, and Randall into death-like coma. Boyd finds himself back in the dungeon, seeing victims chained and tortured. Despite visions of his dead wife Abby warning against fighting the entity, Boyd destroys the music box, awakening all 3 from their comas. Jade ventures into underground tunnels, discovering 7 emaciated ghost children chanting Ankui while staring at a ceiling opening matching his recurring symbol. Victor takes Tabitha to a tree, transporting her to a lighthouse tower. At the top, the boy in white apologizes, saying, "This is the
Hostile
only
UAV
way,"
in the area.
pushing her out the window. Tabitha wakes up in a hospital in the outside world, found unconscious on a trail. Season 3. Once awakened in jail and made sneaks out confused and finds an address on Victor's lunchbox, leading her to Henry Kavanaugh, Victor's father, who has spent 40 years searching for his lost son. Henry shows Tabitha paintings by Victor's mother Miranda depicting chosen to back in the township. Jim and Kenny search for the lighthouse where Tabitha disappeared.
Switching mag.
Settlement where they camp. At Colony House, Donna discovers all remaining crops have mysteriously rotted, leaving only 4 animals for food. With fully resourced several groups capable of putting Randall and attempt stealing the animals, but Boyd talks them down. That night, creatures orchestrate their cruelest plan yet, releasing the animals. While Jade and Victor save smaller animals, Boyd and Tien Chen escort a cow back to the barn. After Boyd places a talisman, creatures already hiding inside handcuff him and force him to watch as they slowly torture Tianchen to death. Jade enters the barn, finding Tianchen's mutilated corpse.
UAV available for tasking.
TACOM, I need eyes
Jim and
overhead.
Kenny return with fresh vegetables from the settlement, but Kenny learns of his mother's devastating death. Fatima faces pregnancy complications, seeking medical help where Marielle discovers severe malnutrition. Unable to stomach normal food, Fatima impulsively eats rotten vegetables that mysteriously satisfy her hunger. In the outside world, Henry reveals Miranda's paintings and mentions she claimed to be chosen to free the children in the tower.
Enemy UAV overhead.
After
Priority tasking request received. UAV exiting AO.
At home, Jim hears someone singing with a voice claiming to be his dead son, Thomas. Jim communicates with a threatening voice that taunts him about his children's safety, causing erratic behavior. Kenny leads Jade, Christy, and Dale to the settlement for food gathering. Jade becomes paranoid from hallucinations and attempts running back to town despite approaching darkness. During their escape attempt, Christy's leg gets caught in a bear trap until the group frees her. Tabitha attempts deciphering Miranda's paintings.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Tree in his backyard. When they drive to the original bottle tree location where Miranda first hallucinated, an oncoming vehicle hits them. Tabitha awakens in an ambulance.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Bottle tree blocks their path. In the town, Tabitha needs rescuing. The ambulance arrives where creatures lay a trap, killing the drivers. Police officer Acosta, assigned to the ambulance, gets chased to Colony House where she accidentally shoots resident Nikki. Jim and Tabitha reunite, reaching Colony House with Henry's help, but they're forced to abandon Randall when creatures surround him. Despite Marielle's attempts, Nikki dies from the gunshot, and Fatima impulsively consumes her blood alone. After torturing Randall, creatures leave him alive outside Colony House. The next morning, Kenny's group returns while Christy recovers at the clinic alongside Randall. At a town meeting, townspeople led by Dale turn against Boyd, demanding access to the bottle tree for escape. When Dale ignores warnings and enters the bottle tree, he gets teleported into the township's empty pool where he dies horribly. Medical examinations reveal Fatima is actually pregnant despite her growing belly. Victor and Henry explore underground tunnels, finding Jasper, the ventriloquist doll, belonging to former resident Christopher. But they awaken creatures and flee quickly. Jade discovers a second bottle tree containing identical mysterious numbers. Fatima's cravings intensify and she loses control of the greenhouse, fatally stabbing Tilly. Boyd takes Fatima to an empty cabin while covering up Tilly's death. Elgin, following instructions from photos, leads Fatima to a hidden cellar and traps her behind a concealed door. Boyd and Ellis search desperately for Fatima while Elgin feeds her his blood, causing rapid pregnancy progression. Sarah explains the
You're losing ground. Move it.
Little time left. Under torture by Boyd and Sarah, Elgin reveals Fatima's location. The kimono woman helps Fatima give birth before disappearing with the amniotic sac. Boyd witnesses the smiley creature's rebirth. Learning these monsters gained immortality by sacrificing their own children. Jim, Tabitha, and Jade discover the bottle tree numbers represent musical notes. Playing this melody summons ghostly children who reveal Tabitha was Miranda and Jade was Christopher in past lives. Both died trying to save the trapped children.
Under
The
fire.
season ends devastating.
Loading new mag.
Who do you think survives the season 4 club? Please share your theories about the yellow suit man below, and don't forget to hit
LDVR awaiting targeting data.
I could finish watching the show. Caught up, pretty much, I guess. I don't know. The wife still man. Jim gets killed off. He killed Jim? Man. Rip this door out, man. I think he's gonna be in the show tomorrow. This thing. He kind of put me in mind of Rick Wild, but not, actually not. He's just a good actor. He must have other plans on other TV shows that or something like that, because that's they do. They just decide to write them out. It sucks.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Taking fire. Thermal incoming. Reloading.
this bush to get a
Welcome to the
repo
Gulag.
camp? I
Fight
don't know
to
what the
win
fuck that's.
redeployment.
You have to be camping somewhere. You just can't be wrong.
They're ready to fight.
Could you watch the show?
Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
Try to get into it, bro. I gotta keep on finding the best version of that show. I mean, the best. I hate it.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Really into a show. You gotta keep on finding a good version of that.
Target stand by for redeployment. You earned it.
Let's get to work.
Gas is closing in. Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Under fire. Reloading. Back at it. Taking fire.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone. Enemy UAV is online. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy deployed an advanced UAV. Enemy soldier incoming.
Switching mags.
You've got gas moving in. Hostile UAV in the area.
I'm hit.
Valiant effort. Keep your head up and return to base for debrief.
Show me. Show me the kill. Show me the got kill. Let me know where I got killed from. I'm not gonna come back and get the bastard. So I already killed him. Okay.